Hello, friends. Stacy Anfinson with your tour report market update for January 19th, 2023. Today, we're going to attempt to answer a question that has been asked to each and every practitioner in the business. What is going on with house prices? Everybody wants a simple answer to this, but I know that those who are viewing this want to understand how to correctly answer this question. So let's dig in and take a shot at it. First thing we're going to talk about are list price metrics. Now remember, you're talking about metrics, you are talking about a data set of a thing, and these are list price metrics. So this is the average list price by month for 2022, going from January to December. You look at a big increase between January and March, up 17%, March was, and then a big decrease, 8%, comparing April with March. If you look at December, it's off 11% from the March peak. So if you want to take a look at from May until December, you can observe a downward trend in list price metrics. Next question we want to answer is list price direction, a percentage of 2022 month-end inventory with at least one price drop from original. If I were to plot this graph in 2021, all these percentages would be in single digits. There's not a lot of price dropping going on back then. And you can see during the first quarter, even though we had a spike in January, it really valued in March at 11%. But from March to July, big increase from 11% to 39%, a little lull in August, and then really the price dropping kicked in September, and certainly during the fourth quarter, we went from 53, 53, and 50% of month-end inventory had at least one price drop from original list. Now we're going to talk about closed price metrics. Remember, now these are closing prices. We just talked about listing prices. Let's see what happens to closing prices. This is the percentage change in average annual sales price compared to the prior year. I showed this slide in my last video. It goes all the way back to 2008. You can see the red was the biggest percentage increase in the history of tracking this metric, down 15. It also went down in 2011. But in 2012, you started a positive increase, which increased each year through 2022. And you can see 2021 and 2022, both with double-digit percentage gains. And not only double-digit percentage gains, but look at how much. They're almost 2 to 3x what they had been in historical gains in prior years. Once again, we're going to talk about closed price metrics. This chart illustrates the average sales price by month in 2022. Once again, let's take a look at what happened in January. We're 452, and then it peaked in May at 524.7. That's a 16% gain. And if you go back to the prior slide, you can see that we almost had a historic record in 5 months. But as we all said, that was not sustainable. We just did not know when the non-sustainable was going to happen. And if you look at the metric in May, 5016, it's down 4% from its peak. But the good news here, if you look from August to December, August at 503 and December a little under 502, I'm going to call that a stable trend over the past 4-month period. So that is a good sign for those of you who think the sky is falling in terms of house prices. Last thing we're going to talk about is repeat sales methodology. I'm going to look at 2 data sets. The first data set compares the current sales price with its most recent sales price, and the second data set is going to compare the current list price with the most recent sales price. So here we are here. This is a total percentage change comparing the prior year purchase with the resale date in 2022. So if you look at that, the indicated percentage total change was up 29% for 2021, 52% if you bought in 2020, 63% in 2019. So I would emphasize here, when you are somebody's asking you this question, what's happened to my house price, it is an essential answer to have when they bought it, because you can see the percentages change. If you bought in 2012 versus 2017 versus 2021, those percentages are distinctly different. So you need to know a prior sales price and a prior sales year in which the house was purchased. Once again, just as an aside here, 141% up in 2012 if you sold it in 2022. That is a great wealth creator, and those of us in the business are advocates for real property ownership, and that's one of the reasons why. That is a significant increase. Second part of repeat sales methodology, we're going to look at month-end list prices in December of 2022, and we're going to compare those with their most recent sales price and year. You can see these percentages are down dramatically, and that kind of correlates with the drop in list prices that I showed in the prior slide. So for month-end inventory in December that had purchased sometime in the year, they're still up 6%. I would assume that they bought that in the first quarter. I don't think there's any way that they're up if they bought it in the third quarter. But you can see if those that are on the market at the end of the month, they're still up a strong percentage compared to if they previously purchased in 2021. And once again, look at the wealth creation. If you bought it and held it for 10 years, you're up about 128% based upon current list price. So let's look at the facts. Three terms are key in presenting these trends: list price direction, listing and close price metrics, and repeat sale percentage. And I know everybody just wants a simple answer, but it really isn't. In my opinion, these are three things that you have to answer because they all have distinctly different answers. If you look at list prices, they are falling. 50% of December month-end inventory had at least one price drop from original. If you talk about house price metrics, yes, they're down from the peak, but they're stable from the fourth quarter. The 2022 annual sales price is up 20% compared to the annual sales price in 2021. If we look at our data set of current list price versus prior sales price and repeat sales methodology, it's up. So that's good. December month end, if you bought it, you had it listed at the end of December and you purchased it sometime during 2022, you were still up a total percentage of 6%. I view that as a positive. And then if we look at the repeat sales percentage based upon the two most recent sales price, if you sold it in 2022 and you had a prior purchase in 2021, you're up 29%. So in essence, you've got these two bullet points on the right say that house prices are going up. This bullet point here says house prices are stable, and this bullet point over here says that list prices are going down. So good luck in communicating that. I struggle with it. I hope I'm doing a better job. I hope you have a little bit more information in terms of your interpretation of what's going on. And the biggest thing is to communicate it to your buyers and your sellers and your peer group about what's going on, because I said, everybody wants an easy button, and the national media is out there providing it with them. But I think it's really important that you kind of drill down further in terms of the question that's being asked so you can give them the correct answer. So hope this has been informative. I covered a lot in 7 minutes, but I know that y'all have the intellectual capability to understand it. If you don't, here comes my contact information. And please subscribe, www.tarreport.com. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and we will see you down the road.